श्यामकुण्ड राधाकुण्ड गिरिगोवर्धन श्यामकुण्ड राधाकुण्ड गिरिगोवर्धन कालिंदी जमुना जय जय महावन केसी घाट वंशी वट द्वादश कानन जाह शब लीला कैलो श्री नंद नंदन श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपगण श्री दामादि जय जय धेनु वत्सगण जय वृषभानु जय कीर्तिदा सुंदरी जय पौर्णमासी जय अभिर्नगरी जय जय गोपीश्वर वृंदावन माधव जय जय कृष्ण सखा भटु द्विज राजा जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदा जय जय वृंदावन वासी जत जान जय द्विज पत्नी जय नाग कन्यागण भक्ति तेजा हर पाइलो गोविंद चरण Shri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shyam Shri Rasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shyam Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram Jaya Jayo Jwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Parakiya Bhave Jaha Vrajete Prachar Parakiya Bhave Jaha Vrajete Prachar Janava Pada Padma Koriya Smaran Dina Krishna Dase Kahe Nama Sankirtan Dina Krishna Dase Kahe Nama Sankirtan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nidai Nidai Gaur Sitanath Premanande Nitya Lila Pravishta Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Shtotra Shadasri Srimat His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki जगतगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट जयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद इस डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्री श्री राधा पार्थ सारथी ललिता विशाखा की जय। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री बलराम रास यात्रा महामहोत्सव की जय। श्री कृष्ण वसंत रास महोत्सव की जय। श्रील वंशी वदन ठाकुर आविर्भाव दिवस महामहोत्सव की जय। श्रील श्यामानंद प्रभु आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय। इस्कॉन दिल्ली ग्लोरी ऑफ इंडिया वैदिक कल्चर की जय। इस्कॉन दिल्ली भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसलेशनल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसलेशनल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता यथारूप की जय। श्री ग्रंथराज श्री श्रीमद् चैतन्य चरितामृत काव्य की जय। निताय निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा। All glories to the assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा। All glories to the assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा। All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada की जय। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोन् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सह गणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह गणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। परमानंद माधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्णा। जिन भक्तों को अंग्रेजी समझने में असुविधा है या तकलीफ है वहां पर अनुवाद होगा। पांडव प्रेम प्रभु अनुवाद करेंगे। So this lecture is going to be in English because that is the language that I find myself comfortable in communicating. Seek the blessings of all senior Vaishnavas, His Grace Sridham Prabhu, other Vaishnavas are present. Seek your blessings that I can present some of these topics that are mentioned here and glorify these Vaishnavas and Krishna's pastimes in a manner that is as per the Guru Parampara's desire, purpose, direction, for your pleasure and for my purification. We'll focus on some of the other festivals, primarily Vasanta Ras, Balram Rasa Yatra and Vamsivardhan Thakur's appearance. Talk briefly about those, and we'll try to focus more on Srila Shyamananda Prabhu's appearance day, some of the pastimes from his life or some of his teachings. So just like Lord Krishna has his own set of gopis, Lord Balram also has his set of gopis. So when he went to Vrindavan and Gokul to pacify the denizens of Vrindavan and Gokul, the citizens, the Rajvasis, the inhabitants, he pacified them and they could all reminisce on Lord Krishna's glorious pastimes. Especially the gopis, they had so much to remember about Krishna. I mean, there is no question of remembering Krishna for them. They don't forget Krishna. You have to remember someone if you have forgotten them. Which is why smartavya satatam vishno vismartavyo na jatuchit. Sarve vidhi nishedayo setayo reva kinkara. All other rules and regulations are subsidiary, subordinate. Kinkara means subordinate, servant. They are servitors to this principle. What principle? Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. For the sadhaka, these wonderful pastimes, these great days that commemorate the appearance of acharyas, or the Lord's having performed certain pastimes, they are an opportunity to remember Krishna. And in order that we don't forget Krishna, having remembered him, Srila Prabhupada has mercifully given us a Vaishnava calendar. So there is one festival after another, so we can consciously remember. So there may be a Vasanta Ras, there may be Balram Rasa Yatra, but for the average sadhaka in the Sankirtan movement, I seek the blessings of His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu, one of my able Shiksha Gurus, under whose direction I have learned so much, and I don't have a qualification to speak before whom. So these wonderful days, including the pastimes of the Lord, the days which commemorate His pastimes, appearance anniversaries of acharyas, and even Ekadashi, because at least every 15 days we can have some kind of remembrance of Krishna. At least the fact that today we have to chant 9 more rounds, and that pressure or the anxiety gets us a little closer to Krishna in some way, because it is not natural for the conditioned soul or the liberated soul playing the role of a conditioned soul to easily remember Krishna. And it is more practical for us to forget Krishna. Therefore, these wonderful festivals that offer an opportunity for us to remember Krishna and to make resolutions in our spiritual life that we may progress in the association of Vaishnavas. So, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that we could use these wonderful anniversaries, these days, these festivals, these Ekadashis, to do some kind of overview and introspection on how our spiritual life has been progressing. How did we do in the last 15 days? Or how did we do since the last festival? So we should not merely look at Haribol and just move on with it. So therein lies the essence of Krishna consciousness. I remember Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Maharaj in his lecture here saying that every day has to be a festival. When you apply tilaka, it's not just a way to complete our attire. Now that we have worn a dhoti kurta, in order that we don't look like average North Indians, we wear a Vaishnava tilak. Right? Because in South India, if you wear this kind of dress, they'll say, oh, you're from North India, eh? So they immediately think. So in order that we have to allay that fear, we wear a Vaishnava tilak to say, no, I am Gaudiya Vaishnava. And just for added effect, we wear a kanti mala. And of course, the bead bag. But it doesn't end there. We must introspect constantly on these wonderful festivals. That how much closer I am getting to Krishna by observing these festivals. That's the purpose of this festival. There is a book called Madhava Mahotsava by Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. It's amazing how a book on an Utsava is written. Of course, we won't get into the details of it because I lack the patrata to talk about these topics. But having discussed Balaram Rasa Yatra and Vasanta Ras of the Lord, we can safely get into a very basic discussion on what these are and then progress into other topics. Like we said, Lord Balaram also has his set of gopis. When he came to pacify the Vrajavasis, it is mentioned that he also performed Rasa Yatra or Rasa Leela with his own set of gopis. Srila Prabhupada mentions elsewhere that Krishna and Balaram are the same except for the difference in color. So, there is some pastime of Srila Prabhupada. I don't have the exact details, but to the extent that I remember, someone can correct me here, Prabhuji can correct me here if it's possible, that someone came to him and said that, oh yeah, this one I remember, which is that Srila Prabhupada asked, who's stronger, Krishna or Balaram? Right? So, some people said Krishna, some people said Balaram. What do you think is the right answer? Please, somebody who wants to answer can raise your hand and answer. Yes, Vivek Prabhu. Both. Okay. This is that famous reconciliatory Achintya Bheda Bhed. Okay. Who else wants to answer? Yes, Surikant Prabhu. Krishna. Why? Yes. It's strange. While the innumerable universes, they rest on the hoods of Ananta Shesha, who's but an expansion of Balaram. And the Lord himself rests on him in his Vishnu incarnation. Srila Prabhupada said, Balaram is leaning on Krishna. So who is supporting Balaram? Krishna is supporting Balaram. So Krishna is great. Of course, in an absolute sense, it is all totally different. Jai Shri Radha Patsalalita Vishaka Shri Gaunita Sitaram Lakshma Hanuman Ki Jai. So someone said that, told Srila Prabhupada that Krishna and Balaram are the same because it's just the color is different. So another person said, no, they're different. It's not just that. Krishna, Supreme Person, is totally different. So they came to Srila Prabhupada and asked, he said, Krishna is the source of all incarnation. He is great. Isn't that the right understanding? He said, yes, that's right. So I think Yamuna Mataji was involved in this pastime. So they said, no, but Krishna is black and Balaram is white. That's only different. They're otherwise the same. Prabhupada said, that is also right. So then Yamuna Mataji said, Srila Prabhupada, how can both be right? So Srila Prabhupada said, that is also right. So, in the spiritual world, it is absolutely possible to have two absolute truths. And Sri Balaram, as we know, is a supreme personality of servitor Godhead in one sense. He serves the Supreme Lord in all rasas. He massages his feet when the Lord is tired. He serves as his paraphernalia, as his slippers, as his hood, as his umbrella, the hood of Anantashesha, as his bed, everything. Dasyam, Shantam, Dasyam, both. Right? This is natural. He serves as in many ways, the eternal time factor is represented by Anantashesha. So that is the Shanta Bhava of serving. Although in the eternal Leela of the Lord, time assists or facilitates the Lord's pastimes. Unlike in the material world when time can denigrate or deteriorate us, our bodies. So Sakhyam, Krishna and Balaram are the best of friends. Vatsalyam, definitely Lord Balaram being the elder brother has Vatsalyam. Okay. Now the fifth question. In Madhurya Bhava, how does Balaram serve Krishna? Please raise your hands if anybody knows the answer. Yes, Vrindavan Vasi Prabhu. Yes, as Ananga Manjargi. So this is a very special category of service that Lord Balaram is rendering. And therefore, Lord Balaram is the original Guru. Because the Guru engages his disciples as per their propensities and their mood in Krishna's service. Yuktasya bhaktamscha niyunjatopi. Or yata arham upayunjata, that is yukta vairagya. Engaging someone or something the way it should be engaged. So the bona fide spiritual master does that. And that is because he's a representative of Balaram who serves Krishna in every possible way. Yet Balaram has his own gopis as we discussed, and he performs Rasa Yatra with them. He does it twice. Once in Chaitra and once in Vaishakha. And the Lord also performs his Vasanta Rasa Yatra. Autumn and spring, there are two Rasa Yatras. The Lord performs Vasanta Rasa Yatra also today. You can see wonderful Rasa Yatra painting there. We must remember that as devotees of the Sankirtan movement, every day we are being part of the Sankirtan Lila, which is non-different from Rasa Yatra. Sripad Aindra Prabhu mentioned that when you're chanting your japa, you're going from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. You complete one round, you start from here the next round, right? Isn't that what we do? So this is Rasa Yatra. This is Ras Leela. There is being actually, this Sankirtan being performed. And you know this eight beads, these primary 8 beads, what do they represent? Sorry? Primary gopis, Rashtra Sakhis. So there's got to be some method to this madness of completing our rounds. And that is when we understand the right mood, that in order to awaken real love for the Lord, what will be the mood that we are in or we are meant to be in, we need to perform these rounds in a mood of surrender and for the pleasure of Guru. These rounds should be chanted attentively for Guru's pleasure. Srila Prabhupada's pleasure. Srila Prabhupada says at least 16 good rounds. So, anyone who walks into an ISKCON temple assuming today is Vasanta Rasa Yatra and we will have esoteric discussions, for them not to be disappointed. The esotericism comes in the element of intimacy one exhibits in one's japa. How good was your round today? Let's look at that. How much priority did I accord to my minimum or at least 16 good rounds? Did I chant it immediately when I got an opportunity? How much did I get distracted? How much did my mind distract me? Did I hear every mantra once at least? Did I hear every mantra once? Questions to be asked. And the deeper the inquisitiveness that we exhibit with our japa, the deeper is our entry into the whole tattva of rasa. So we can pray to the Supreme Lord and Lord Balaram that though we do not have the qualification to study and understand these pastimes, we definitely can attempt to do so in the association of devotees, because Srila Prabhupada has given some excellent chapters in Krishna book, which he gave much before Srimad Bhagavatam main canto started, other than the first canto, and before he started 10th canto. The description, the rasa dance explained, or the description of the rasa dance. There's some excellent explanation that Srila Prabhupada provides as to why Lord Krishna is alone qualified to be part of the rasa dance, or the center of the rasa dance. 100 crore gopis in 100 circles, or many more, different versions are there, being performed on one night of Brahma. Each gopi thinking that Krishna is only with her. If all this can be replicated, we can also perform Rasa Leela. Else it is just Rascal Leela. Srila Prabhupada confirmed. If we can accept Krishna's this wonderful Rasa pastime, we can also accept Krishna's Govardhan Leela, which is why we celebrate Govardhan Puja also. And that is the beauty of this wonderful movement that Srila Prabhupada has provided for us. Ye yathamam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham. As we surrender unto the Supreme Lord, He reveals Himself to us. There are so many festivals here in ISKCON. There are so many wonderful books that Srila Prabhupada has written. Nectar of Devotion, Chaitanya Charitamrit, Srimad Bhagavatam. If we study properly these books, it is more than enough for us for a lifetime. It is mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit that one should not be in a hurry and in a race to complete books. We just show voluminously how much we have done. How many books have we read? It is far better that, like Srila Prabhupada said, that we study books scrutinizingly from various angles of vision in the association of devotees. That is more important. We fortunately have wonderful courses that are being conducted in ISKCON as originally planned by Srila Prabhupada. We have Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, so on and so forth. And we have teachers being trained to teach these courses also. Teachers training courses are going on right now. His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu has kindly agreed to put Delhi as part of his calendar every year. So it's our personal gratitude to him that Prabhuji has budgeted Delhi. And next year we are hoping that Prabhuji will conduct some more special courses for us, tailor-made for ISKCON Delhi and its ever-thirsty devotees who seek his association. That is the rasa we seek in this movement. When we say Rasa Leela, it could be Rasa Leela. It's the quest for this rasa. Like one contemporary Vaishnava says, one should have Trishna for Krishna. One should have Trishna for Krishna. That is why these festivals. Vamsivadhan Thakur was Krishna's flute. Vamsivadanananda or Vamsivadhan Thakur. He was writing wonderful melodious songs. And it is mentioned that when he appeared, Lord Chaitanya and Advaitacharya Prabhu were both present in his own house. How many people have had this good fortune? He's not an ordinary person. He's an expansion of the Lord's flute, Murali. Murali Manoharas Murali. How fortunate can that person be? Just imagine that he is inseparable from Krishna. Literally. If there is one element of his paraphernalia that is totally inseparable from Krishna, apart from the peacock feather, it's the flute. Okay, we may say Pitambara and you can say we are also yellow devotees. Right? And see that we are close to Krishna. It's not bad, it's a good way to think. I didn't mean you. But today we can also think of Neelambara, which is Balaram. And Gaur Nitai, you are non-different. And the connection is that Vamsivadhan Thakur, he wrote wonderful songs expressing the glories of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. It's not surprising that his works contain some really rasa-filled. Rasa is far better word than mellow. Srila Prabhupada used the word mellow, but said there is no real word to express rasa. And that shows Srila Prabhupada's greatness. That in the nectar of devotion, it's very, very difficult to count more than, say, maybe 10, 15 Sanskrit words, maybe maximum 50 words. He wrote the whole book in English so that people who are not so fortunate to have access to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu could dive deep into the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And it is important for us to take shelter of these books, study them in the association of Vaishnavas, to get the true glories of Vaishnavas like Vamsivadhan Thakur, who worshipped, though he is Murali of Krishna, you know who was his biggest devotee in one sense. Who was Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's biggest devotee in female form? We talk about Janava Mata, one whose disciples bhajan we just read. The other is obviously Vishnupriya Devi, who's his energy. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's internal associate. 3.5 people. I'm glad you brought up that point. Thank you. Chiki Mahiti's sister. But we talk about in terms of Vishnupriya Devi, we know the standards with which she worshipped Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She would chant one round, take one grain. Not take, as in separate, count it with one grain. And by end of the day, whatever was left, those many grains she would cook and honor. And her personal deity of Mahaprabhu was worshipped by Vamsivadan Thakur at Koladvip. And he also had a deity called Pranavallabha, Krishna deity. So these were his Ishta Devas. So today in Vamsivadan, on Vamsivadan Thakur's appearance day, we should seek his blessings that we get closer to Krishna. Just like he is eternally close to Krishna as his flute. That Krishna can also provide us his mercy. Every day we honor prasadam. That is also his adharamrit. Do we really see it as his prasadam? Do we see it as his prasadam or not? This is the question we can ask ourselves. Her Grace Yamuna Mataji used to say that every time we honor, I told this to some of the devotees here, I've shared this with some of you. You must have also heard it before. That every time we honor each grain of Mahaprasadam, we are part of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Nitya Leela. Have we ever thought of these things on these lines? So today is an opportunity for us to do intense introspection. That like Vamsivadan Thakur, who has tasted the Adharamrit of Krishna and who continues to taste the Adharamrit of Krishna every day. How do we develop the qualification to taste Lord Krishna's Adharamrit? At least we can start with honoring prasadam and not eating prasadam. Although there is no direct connection between Vamsivadan Thakur and cooking prasadam. But if you read Chaitanya Charitamrit, the amount of descriptions about how devotees cooked prasadam, served prasadam, honored prasadam, and after honoring prasadam, how they washed their hand, mouth and feet. It's like a complete Vaishnava etiquette manual, this Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it talks so much about prasadam and how to taste the Adharamrit of Krishna, how to garner his mercy. So these are some wonderful meditations to have for these three festivals, Sri Krishna Vasanta Rasa Yatra. Many people worship Radha Krishna today in deity form. We are fortunate, not all of us have to go to the altar every day. We have these wonderful deities that are being worshipped in a Vedic style, a Vedic Paddhati. We just have to merely have our Nayanotsav, Nayane Haribo Shata Jugal Rupa Rashi. Srila Prabhupada has given Madhurya Rasa in Vaidhi Bhakti. We must wake up to this reality. Nikunja yuno ratikele siddhe yayali bhir yuktir apekshaniyam. Tatrati dakshyad ativallabhasya. Is an expert in this confidential pastimes. It is not like Srila Prabhupada, this simple Vaidhi Bhakti sadhaka who doesn't know what to write. He has written some simple ABCD books for these poor brahmacharis of ISKCON who cannot get access to high esoteric topics. We will read other books. We haven't gone deep enough into Srila Prabhupada's books. All the wonderful disciples of Srila Prabhupada to whom he personally revealed his Swarupa, their Swarupa rather, not his own. His own also he may have, we don't know. We have the examples of Kushakrita Prabhu, who was like in conventional terms, he was like a bum, as they say. He was a good for nothing, social ingrate, social persona non grata, they say in Latin. He is not a socially desirable person. He was. Srila Prabhupada accepted him, granted him initiation, gave him transcendental knowledge, his mercy. And he wrote some of the most powerful, he translated some of the most powerful Sanskrit works and Gaudiya literature into English. He's written Prabhupada Ashtakam also. If ever you get a chance to read it, it's wonderful. Srila Prabhupada Ashtakam. Our Srila Prabhupada. Not his Srila Prabhupada. So what we have to understand is everything is there in Srila Prabhupada's books. We just have to go into them. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada used to stress so much on book distribution that the sheer pleasure that we derive from studying the Lord's pastimes, the teachings of the Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada's own mood and mission, what we have received, these wonderful gifts, we should share it with others. And it's natural that when we are doing that, Krishna will be pleased, because Srila Prabhupada mentions that whenever we try to study a book and try to understand Krishna, Krishna will feel, oh, my devotee is trying to understand me. And then Srila Prabhupada says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam. Krishna gives intelligence from within to understand him better. So on these festivals, it's not just about Haribol and Mahaprasadam or fasting and feasting. We have to understand that each day is a festival, like we discussed earlier. When we are applying tilak, we chant those mantras so that we can remember Krishna better. That is the essence of the 12 tilakas. I remember for some time, I used to be lazy because I was in a hurry. I would always wake up late. I would just apply this tilak and run. I started thinking about it, saying that, what if I just die now? And it's still possible. The least I would have done is at least I would have had 12 times I would have remembered the Lord's name just before my death. And the mantra, when we are chanting the mantra, we should chant the mantra when we mix the tilaka properly. These are things we have to learn. Memorizing shlokas is an essential part of all courses that we teach here. Memorizing shlokas is not jnana yoga, it's bhakti yoga. If you really love somebody, if you really love someone, you would like to know everything about him. You would like to memorize shlokas, learn Vedic mantras, treat everything as a festival, glorify the Lord. That's the opportunity. It's an opportunity to glorify. Every day is an utsava. Why wait for festivals on the Vaishnava calendar? And this we have received from Srila Prabhupada's books. And the earliest Gaudiya book distributors included Sri Shyamananda Prabhu. That's the connection. Shyamananda Prabhu, Narottam Das Thakur and Srinivas Acharya. These three were initiated by different gurus. But their Shiksha Guru was Srila Jiva Goswami. And as a mood of reciprocation, this is a Gaudiya Siddhanta. It is not like just the disciple glorifies Guru. The spiritual master also, when he is pleased with his disciples, he confers on them titles. So it is Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamananda Prabhu, and Srinivasa Acharya. Also there are Kavirajas, Ramachandra Kaviraj. Ramachandra Kaviraj is Srinivasa Acharya's disciple, but he was also a very good friend of Narottam Das Thakur. So, it is mentioned that Shyamananda Prabhu is Kanaka Manjari. Shyamananda Prabhu's Gurudev was Hridaya Chaitanya. Whose Guru was? Who? Who can say? Please raise your hands. Yes, no, not you. You already answered one question. Yes. Srila Gauridas Pandit. Who was Srila Gauridas Pandit? What's his Swarupa? Who remembers? Yes. Yes, Subal Saka. Extremely intimate. So Hridaya Chaitanya, his disciple, was also in Sakya Rasa. And he is not an ordinary person. It is into whose heart Lord Chaitanya personally merged during Kirtan on the bank of the Ganges. That is Hridaya Chaitanya. So when he was a young child, I will get into some basic details because we have to glorify the Acharya. For 1 minute, we'll just talk about his appearance. First and foremost, let us chant one small prayer. Maybe I'll just chant it, you can hear it out. This is from Shyamananda Shataka. Yam loka bhuvikitayanti hridayanandasya shishyam priyam sakhye Sri Subalasya yam bhagavata preshtanushishyam tatha sa Shriman Rasikendramastaka manish chitte mamaharshinam Shri Radha Priya Narma Marma Suruchim Sampadayan Bhasatam. Sri Shyamananda Prabhu is known as the disciple of Hridayananda or Hridaya Chaitanya. He's a dear disciple. He was a grand disciple of Subala Sakha, the dearmost friend of the Supreme Lord, that is Subala Sakha. He was a crest jewel of the enjoyers of sacred rapture, it is mentioned. Therefore, today we can pray to Shyamananda Prabhu that may he appear day and night in my mind, bringing an appreciation for the essence of the joy of the beloved of Sri Radha. Who is the beloved of Sri Radha? There's some doubt? Radha Shyam Asundar. Radha Shyam Asundar. Shyamananda is one who provides bliss or joy to Shyam and Shyama, whichever way you look at it. It is Shyam Sundar, Shyama Sundar, Shyamananda. Shyamananda is one who gives Ananda to Shyama and Shyam Sundar. Both. Gives bliss, ever increasing bliss to his activities. So he was born on the Chaitra full moon, Chaitra Purnima. So today is Vasantara, also on Purnima people offer curd, what is it called? Sweet rice in the night after having darshan of the full moon. So we don't have to stay up till 12, offer sweet rice and then wake up late for Mangal Arati. That is not our Siddhanta. Far better that we sleep early, keep that in the fridge and take it in the next morning. Maybe somebody can make, who Venkatesh Prabhu or somebody can make nice kheer. He makes good payasam. Gopipa Prabhu also makes good payasam. You can make that and keep it. So in 1534 AD, in the town of Dharendra Bhadarapura, this is next to Karigapur railway station, Kharagpur basically. In Mednipura, which is Midnapur in current Bengal, Midnapur district. His father was Sri Krishna Mandal and his mother was Durika Mataji. They were extremely wonderful devotees. It's amazing, one set of pastimes mentions that they saw him so much in ecstasy hearing the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and narrating the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, that when he expressed a desire to visit the Ganges, take bath in the Ganges, and to receive initiation, they gladly gave him permission. This sounds so rare to us, right? Whoever has joined the temple. Parents giving permission, okay, you please go, please take initiation from so-and-so, and you perform devotion all your life. It's like a dream set of parents. They are great Vaishnavas. So they gave him permission. Another version does say that Krishna Dasa, as he was called, Dukhi as he was called. He was called Dukhi because all the previous children didn't get to be born, so to say, or they were still born. So, because anyway they were facing so much sadness, just like one way of negating that effect. The parents named him Dukhi. So later on when he got initiated by his spiritual master, Hridaya Chaitanya, he gave him the name Dukhi Krishna Dasa. He was very happy to receive the name. He was very happy to receive the name Dukhi Krishna Dasa. Because this is the only field where failure to get your achieved objective and you are lamenting for the failure to get the achieved objective is sometimes a bigger success than having actually attained the objective. Like Madhavendra Puri lamenting for Ha Mathuranath. I didn't get you. Durdeva me drishamiha janina anuraga. Bhakti Siddhant Maharaj heard this bhajan, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's rendition in Bangla. When the line came, Durdeva me drishamiha janina anuraga, Shikshashtakam prayers, he kept his hand on his head. That I have not received any taste for the holy name. Spiritual life and devotional life is the only place where if you have not received something and you are lamenting for not having received it, you are still more successful. Yatha tatha va vidadhatu lamputo. Maro bhi rakho bhi joy chatumar. This is amazing, this whole process. It's so confusing sometimes, like this mentioned that this great pastime where Srimati Radharani was with the Lord and still she was worried when the bumblebee came. One of the names of a bumblebee is Madhusudan. So immediately she started feeling separation from Lord Krishna. She's sitting right next to Krishna. It's inconceivable. So these sort of moods we can enter into only when we get the association of exalted Vaishnavas and the blessings of exalted Vaishnavas like Shyamananda Prabhu, who was just sweeping the ground when he got one golden anklet. He applied that on his forehead, it is mentioned. Elsewhere it is said he was walking on Praja when he got this. And it made a permanent mark. That formed the Shyamananda Tilak later on. There is also a specific Kirtan style. It became Shyamananda. That name became Shyamananda because when some versions say that his Guru, Hridaya Chaitanya, wanted him to remove this tilak in order to prove his chastity or loyalty to his own Guru. So some people say that there was a rumor that Jiva Goswami had reinitiated Shyamananda, Dukhi Krishna Das and given him a new tilak. This was the news that spread. But some versions don't corroborate this, they don't confirm. Some versions just talk about the fact that he applied the tilak and he performed pure devotional service. It's mentioned that Lalita Sakhi personally came looking for that golden anklet. And some versions say that he gave the condition that whoever this anklet belongs to must personally come. Obviously he knows whom it belongs to. So Srimati Radhika personally came. And she applied the golden anklet on his forehead. And that permanent tilak was formed. And on top of that, she brought out Radha Shamsundar deities from herself. Those Utsava Murtis, the smaller deities that are present in Radha Shamsundar temple till date. They were never attacked by Aurangzeb or anybody. They were personally manifested from Srimati Radharani's will. So he was personally worshipping those. And his samadhi is also there in Radha Shamsundar's premises. Same temple. 7 temples of Goswamis. Now he also converted a yogi. So he was a potential preacher also. Not potential. He was a potent preacher also. It's so much strength. They converted yogis into ecstasy, ecstatic devotion. As instructed by Hridaya Chaitanya and Jiva Goswami, he preached in Orissa. Rasikananda or Rasik Murari is also his disciple. Rasikananda Prabhu is also supposed to be Aniruddha's expansion. So he preached extensively in Orissa. Srinivasa Acharya strayed back in Vishnupur, you know the pastime of Bir Hamir, the king who stole the books. And Narottam Das Thakur went ahead and preached in North Bengal. These were the original preachers. So Shyamananda Prabhu got the direct blessings of Srimati Radharani. And he was marked out personally by Srimati Radharani, the mark, the tilak. That is why when we wear our tilak also, this could be a meditation for us. For us, our Gurudev has given this tilak, this process. Srila Prabhupada has given us. The Guru is a bona fide representative of Srimati Radharani. I'll give one pastime. I'll just narrate one pastime from Ramayana. And we will conclude this discussion. Sugriva and Bali were fighting in a big way. And Sugriva got mauled completely and he was thrown out of Kishkinda. Lord Ramachandra came searching for Mother Janaki along with Lord Lakshmana. And he understood through the good offices of Hanuman that Sugriva's friendship will be helpful in retrieving Mother Sita from Ravana. So it is mentioned that when Lakshmana, who is the Adi Guru, mentioned about Lord Ramachandra and what he is going through, so Sugriva did not really respect Lakshmana. He definitely respected Lord Ramachandra as the emperor of the world, the Raghuvamshi. And we also know that he still wanted to test Lord Ramachandra. So whether you want to call it a result of his desire to test Ramachandra or his not having offered adequate respect to Lakshmana, when he went to challenge Bali on the instructions of Lord Ramachandra, he got badly thrashed, mauled completely. He was running for his life. Bali threw him onto a top of a tree. Just like we hear about Dhenukasura being twirled and thrown by Lord Balram. Bali threw Sugriva onto it. Just imagine Bali's strength. They say he kept Ravana between his armpits and traveled the 7 seas. And tied up Ravana on the cradle of Angada as a toy. Imagine what Bali is capable of. These are some versions of Ramayana which talk about it. So got totally thrashed, Sugriva. And then he said, you promised that you will protect me. Why did you not protect me, Lord Ramachandra? So he said, it's difficult. I don't know which of you is Sugriva. Both of you look the same. Now, if you ask a Vanara, he will tell you all human beings look the same. Right? So, then he made Lakshmana pick up a creeper with colorful flowers, yellow and other colors. Today, Lord Sri Radhakrishna are worshipped with yellow flowers. It is mentioned. They like yellow flowers. They worshipped yellow flowers. So, this creeper was put as a garland around Sugriva. Then he went and challenged Bali again. Bali, come out. I want to defeat you this time. Bali said, you hadn't had enough. I'll finish you after. And they had a fight unto death. And this time, Lord Ramachandra's wonderful arrow found its way. It made its mark. It killed Bali. What is the lesson for us? The Lord personally will never intervene unless the Guru has marked you. Lakshmana, who is Adi Guru, garlanded Sugriva. That is his marking. So the Guru, when he marks us with Diksha, Dikha kale shish bhakta kare Atma Samarpan, Shei kale Krishna kare tar Atma Sam. Then Krishna intervenes and tries to protect us. Not tries, he protects us. Why? Because his dear devotee, the Guru, has marked us out. Tap of Pundra Tata Nama Mandro Yagascha Panchama. These 5 signs are there for Diksha. Ya Tasma Diksha Chet Prokta Deshikes Tatra Kovidai. Divya Jnanam Eto Dadyat Kuryat Papat Se Sankshayam. Diksha. Divya Jnanam and Kuryat Papat Se Sankshayam. Sinful reactions go away and transcendental knowledge is given. That is when the Guru marks us out. Similarly, when the Diksha mark comes from the Guru, just like Lakshmana, the Adi Guru, marked Sugriva with a garland, then the Lord intervened and protected him. Similarly, when the Guru marks us out with the Diksha signs, then Krishna personally intervenes and protects us. When Srimati Radharani, whose representative the bona fide spiritual master is, personally marked Shyamananda, Dukhi Krishna, Das, he became Shyamananda. And he received absolute love of Godhead. He was in complete ecstasy. The Lord personally intervened because the supreme personality of female Godhead personally intervened as Guru also. So therefore, on this wonderful day, we seek blessings of Shyamananda Prabhu, that we also provide Ananda to Shyama and Shyam. And that is possible only if we take shelter of their bona fide representative, the bona fide spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. And we should also seek Shyamananda Prabhu's blessings that we can distribute books for the pleasure of Guru and Srila Prabhupada and for this movement. That's a great way we can commemorate this wonderful occasion. I'm sorry I've gone over time today. You can punish me by keeping your feet on my head. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Shyamananda Prabhu Avirbhav Tithi Mahamahotsav ki jai, Srila Vamsivardhan Thakur Avirbhav Tithi Mahamahotsav ki jai, Shri Krishna Vasant Ras Mahamahotsav ki jai, Shri Balram Ras Yatra Mahamahotsav ki jai, Nitai Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande. I'd still request senior devotees present to just take 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes to share something. His Grace Sridham Prabhu, आप कुछ बताना चाहें? Prabhu ji, His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu, if you can share something on this occasion. People would still like to hear from you, rather than from me. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.